Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining Plunderbund.
So this is Plunderbund. If you've watched my gameplay, you'll have an idea of how the game plays. I am going to have a playthrough. I've set the game up as a 2-player game. So starting off with Winter is red because he has that marker. So red is our first player. The very first thing that will happen is we put out markers to show which stores are actually creating stuff. So we're putting 2, 3, 0, 0. So 3 markers need to go out and they go there, there, and there. Okay, each player puts out 5 cards. So red is going to, with this card, he will not take any of the favored cards to get 2 points. He will push forward 1 on ingenuity, which is over here. 1 on price, which is up the top. 1 on quality. And with this one, he can either move the agent that's up there for free, or he can place another one. He thinks at the moment he might actually move his agent for free. So that'll move that one to there. So that's going to add 3 favored cards to his pile. Be aware that when they get drawn again, it's not like all favored cards. You want to kind of separate them as much as you can. White player now. He'll take the 2 reputation as well, rather than extra cards from there. Simply because he's going to add more favored cards to his deck at the moment, and he knows there's no favored cards in there, so there's nothing to get rid of. The real reason to use that part of the card is to get rid of a whole bunch of favored cards that happen to be there. He thinks he will use this one, which is a favored card to move 2 goods into the warehouse. He'll move up his quality. He'll move up on the ingenuity, and he will move his thug in. It makes sense to put the thug there at the moment. Now that's going to cost obviously 2 of the favored cards. They all come in. They now receive their goods. So white is getting 0, so it's 1 minus 1, which is 0. Red is getting 2 minus 1, which is 1. So he'll get 1 to there. That should have moved across at the beginning of the month. I do apologise. We're into month 2. So straight away, more of the goods come out. So there's none there, 2 on that side, 1 on that side. So there's only 3 more coming out of the bag. There's 3, and they go on to 15, 16, and 3. Each of the players now pulls out 5 cards. Because they only have 3 in their draw pile, this pile now gets shuffled, and another 2 will get drawn out of there. Another 2. This one goes straight back onto the favour deck, and he's drawn 2 favours out, so they go straight back as well. Okay, this player to start with thinks he will do the draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. He's got 1 favour there, which is thrown away. To play that, he had to take a favour, so he's taken a favour. And he's going to choose between these 2 cards, and he thinks he might, for the moment, actually choose that one as the card to be played. So we'll discard that. He doesn't wish to get more goods into his warehouse to take another card, so he'll just leave that one. He feels he does need to place a racketeer, and he thinks it's probably worth his while to place the racketeer here to at least pick up one of those 2. To start with, and that costs him 2 cards. Move up 1 on the appeal, which moves into there, and 1 on the quality, which moves into there and moves that guy across. Each of those costs 1 more card. White thinks he'll take that to put another agent up, and he thinks there's value in actually going there. That'll cost him 2 more cards. He moves up 1 on the appeal track, and then he moves up 1 on the price track with the last player going first marker. So they go on there, all done. They now take their income. So red is getting 2 cubes, white is getting 1. We then move on to the 3rd month. So once again, we've got 1 from this side, another 2, so that's 3, another 2, so that's 5 markers coming out this time. Okay, 5 more cards out for each player. So that one goes away. He's got 3 out so far. And this player gets 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 of those favours, so he's playing with 3 cards this time. What red can do is take a favour to add 2 more goods to his supply. He can use 4 of these goods to bring another card out. It happens to be a favour, so that's unfortunate. So that's a little bit of a waste. He can place another thug or move his thug. He likes the thug where it is at the moment. He thinks there's probably value in placing a thug just there. So it gets 2 favour cards. Move up 1 on the ingenuity, which is here. And move up 1 on the price. So that was 2 more cards and they all come in. White thinks there's value in taking the favour to draw 3 more cards. To get rid of that one, he'll put that there and he'll gain that one into his hand. He'll move up 1 on the quality and the ingenuity. Those 2 both get favours. And then he can either move a thug or place another thug. At this point in time, he thinks it's probably worthwhile placing a thug. This guy's not going to get anything, so it would have been really good to be able to move an agent, but he can't do that. He's only got the thug 1, so he's going to place the thug, and he thinks it's probably worthwhile replacing that guy and pushing him down. The reason for that is he's only going to be able to take 1 of the tokens from there, but it means that red isn't going to get the token that he would have otherwise taken. And that was 2 of those cards. And then we page 1 where they're up to. So red is getting 3, white is getting 2, so it's +0. And also -0. We now move to end of season. What happens at end of season is first up, the thugs choose 1 of the elements to take. So this thug's going to take that one. This thug is going to take that one. This thug will take that one. I think that's all the thugs that are up there. So white will get 4 points. 4. Red will get 2 points, and those 3 markers will go back in the bag. Then we go to the goods. So here, either red or white could get this one. What we're looking at is this. Red is first up there, so red will get that good and be able to sell it. There are no goods here to sell. And I think that's actually all there is that can be sold this turn, which means red gets 1 point and that marker goes back in the bag. Okay, we now move to the next season, to set up for the next season, that is. And we're looking at spring. Red has the spring marker, so he'll be first up. So what we're doing with this setup is they're choosing 1 card from these 3 or from these 3. Red likes this card. This will allow him to draw another 5 cards. He's only going to be able to play 1, but that will allow him to get rid of a whole bunch of favours. That card goes face down in his draw stack. And this player thinks, white thinks he'll take this one. And that goes face down in his draw stack. That gets discarded. We now do it again. Not forgetting about these. I just find that these guys don't really necessarily want those cards yet. This player thinks that he'll take that one. And that player will take that one, discard the other card. We move on to set up for the next season and put out goods as we've just previously been doing, set out new cards. As soon as this gets up to here, they'll be putting 6 cards out rather than 5. As soon as they get to there, all the things are worth 3 of their cubes rather than 4. As soon as they get to there, they start getting points to move up. And obviously the higher they are on the price, the more of these cubes are going to come in at the end of each turn. Look, I think that's enough of this game to get a feel for how it actually plays. The only other thing to bear in mind is when you get to the end of the game, how the scoring looks. If this is what the board looked like at the end of the game, for example, you're just looking for majorities. So in this area, white has the majority, red has the minority. So white will get 5 more points and red will get 3. In this area, they are both the same, in which case we'd be looking at the quality, which is that track. and red would therefore have it because he's the furthest up that track or first into that position. So red would get 5 and white would get 3 for those, and no one is in the other spots. And also at the end, you're losing a point for each of these cards. So red would be losing 6 points from where he's up to, and white would be losing 9 points. I'll leave it there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplayed, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.